To celebrate the new year, we're making this robot dance. This is the new Adept Hexapod spider robot. And before I show you how you can make it dance, let's look at some other functionalities. It has 6 legs. It moves 3 at a time to move forward, backward, left, and right. There is an OLED on board and RGB module. It uses the distance sensor in the head to scan the area and avoid obstacles. You can drive it from your PC, IR remote, or using the Adept phone application. But before we look at that, let me show you the assembly really quick. I want to thank Adept for sending this robot. While I got this review unit for free, I'm not being paid to say anything. I will leave a link in the description if you are interested. Out of the box, you get everything included. Here are the servos, and this is the board, or the Arduino Uno version of the Adept board. Here are some of the components like the distance sensor, the OLED, and the remote control. It does come with a USB cable as well. Here is the battery holder, some cable management, the legs, and all the screws. They do give you a lot of extra screws as well, which is nice. Here's the chassis at the bottom, and now let's get to assemble it. This is the Adept Pixie board. It's like an Arduino Uno, and before you connect it to the Arduino IDE, make sure to install the driver, which I will link in the description. When you download and extract the folder, you should see the Adept driver, and you need to install the one corresponding with your operating system. For me, I'm using Windows, so the exe file is what I'm choosing. And then in addition, we have these modified libraries that we need to add to the Arduino IDE. If you have these libraries already pre-installed, you might have to remove them because these are modified according to the Adept board and code. For these libraries, we do have to add them to the Arduino IDE one at a time. We go under Sketch, and then from here, we click Include a Library, and then add a zip library. We have to choose them all one at a time. And if you already have a library pre-installed, you might have to remove it and add these instead, because like I said, these are specifically modified to accommodate the code and the board for the Adept robot. It's time to test the board connection and upload the LED blinking and the buzzer code to see if everything is working. Now connect all the servos, and we will use the code in folder 10, init pose servos, to make sure they are set up and angled at a 90-degree. While we will get another opportunity to adjust this, this step is very important. We start with these M3 nuts, and we get these M3 by 12 screws and 2 of these washers. This is the left shoulder piece, and we're mounting it on the main chassis on the head side. Here, this screw will still be loose, and we will add our servo. Pay attention that the gear side is on the inside. We are using these self-tap screws that comes with the servo to tighten in place. Next, we will move to the leg piece, and we're using these rivets and 2 of the self-tap screws, and then we'll mount our servo on the leg piece. First, we will put that female rivet in, and then we'll put the servo on top. We'll tighten the servo in place, and again, pay attention to the gear side. It's on the inside. We're going to mount this arm on the servo and pay attention to the angle. Hopefully here you've already oriented your servo in a 90-degree. These are the M2.5, and then we're going to use the rivet to place this and connect the two pieces. This is the M2.5 by 8 screw. We'll put that in place, and then we'll use the self-tab 1.7 black screw to make sure that this doesn't move. Now we'll secure this back using the male rivet and then tighten that all the way. Test and make sure everything is working, and we're just done with the first left leg. Now you can assemble the other 5 legs the same way. Here we are using the M2 by 8 screws, and we will add this LED module in the back using these 2 screws and 2 M2 nuts, and then secure it in place as you can see here. Now we're just peeling these 2 pieces real quick, and then we will use these copper standoff. These are the M3 by 8, and we're using the M3 by 6 screws to put these in place. We only need 3 of them. There are plenty of extra screws, by the way, so in case you need any extra, there are plenty in the box. Here we're gonna mount the battery holder to this piece and just secure that in place, and then we're gonna get the other copper standoff. These are the 2.5 by 8 and then 2.5 by 14 copper standoff, and then the 2.5 by 8 screws. Put those on the outside edges of the battery holder. We'll use these screws, which is the M2.5 by 8, and then we'll put this here, secure it in place, and then tighten these screws. There are 4 of them, and you can see the batteries can be placed from the under. So this is going to be like under the robot, so you can have an easy access to the batteries. Here I'm adding these nylon standoff, and I'm using the M3 by 6 screws. There are 3 on one side and 4 on the other. This is the other piece of the chassis. So 1 go on one side, and then you can see the 4 go on the opposite side. After we are done with this piece, this part is very important. We do need to secure these arms on the correct angle. Here I'm using this screw as a guide, but you can see I will remove it later. Then we need to use the self-tab black screw, the 1.7 self-tab, to put them in place and do all 6. Look at the angle and double check this. This piece is very important, and this part need to be done right. Now we're gonna mount this piece on top of our first piece of the chassis. And here we need to get that angle correct. So you see I'm aligning all the servos and all the legs. And if you got all that 90-degree angle, tighten everything in place. But again, make sure the angles are done correctly before you tighten everything. Let's get these M3 by 6 screws and then tighten these pieces together. This is the back of the robot, so it's like flipped upside down. And I'm just tightening these together. These are the 4 nylon standoff. Here we're going to use another M3 by 6, and then we'll put this head piece here, and this will kind of mount the 2 pieces together. You can see these black nylon standoff. The 3 is on the top because that's where the final cover lid with the OLED is going to go. And by the way, there is no nuts needed for this headpiece because the body has a thread. So these will just screw in, and then we can secure that headpiece in place there. Now what we need is flip it over and then add one more in the bottom here. This one does need a nut, but just the bottom part. The top part are all good. Let's add our final servo here for the head and secure it with these self-tap screws. This will be for the headpiece. And now we need to add the distance sensor, and this is using the 1.6 screws. Put that on that distance sensor headpiece, secure this arm. Again, pay attention to the angle, and then we'll put this on top here. And that screw, I believe, is the 2.5 by 8, and then use one of those 1.7 self-tab black screws to secure it in place. Finally, here's our OLED, and we're going to secure it on this top lid using these M2 by 8 screws and these rubber gaskets. And this is the final top layer, which will eventually go on top of the robot. And here is the final wiring and how everything should look like. In the provided material in the tutorial folder under lesson 13, they provide a good top view of the robot and how to wire everything. So let's take a quick look here. These are our servos and we start counting from here. So the left leg, the outside servo, count as 0 and we start with 0, not 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we go up here, which will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. The head is number 12. If we scroll down, there is a good representation of that. So imagine you have 3 legs on each side, and these are the numbers. Here is the head, which is number 12. So let's scroll down and see how we can wire everything on the board. And this is the board, and we start from here, and this will be 0 all the way to 12. Let me scroll up here and show you where the OLED goes, which is by the first 4. So by the port 0 for the servo, that's where the OLED goes on the top. The power is right here next to the power switch. And let me scroll down, which here they show us the ultrasonic distance sensor, which goes on the bottom. So that's right under the OLED from the underside. And then we have our LED module with the 3 pin. Lastly, I'm adding the MPU 650. This board is for orientation and motion sensing. This is the other board for Wi-Fi. It's the ESP8266. Here's our connection. As you can see, the LED module, the OLED, and the distance sensor. And we are ready to mount that board onto the robot. Close that lid and we're ready to power it on. After adding the ESP8266 module board on top of the Adeept Bixie board, we need to start flipping this upload switch to 0 position before uploading code. Then make sure to flip it back to 1 when done. Before you upload the code and start driving the robot, we need to make a final adjustment to the legs and the angles to ensure equal distribution of the robot weight. The way to do this, it's explained very well in lesson 14, which is the final fine adjustments to the legs and the angles. You can still do this in the code, which I will show you later. However, here they provide a UI, which will generate that angle files you need. First, we need to download Python. I will leave this link in the description in case you need it. Of course, you will still need to download Python if you want to drive the robot from the PC UI anyway. So after you download Python, you do the installation. There is a UI here that you can run, and that will generate the angle file in which you can use then in the other code. So you just need to copy and paste and replace the angle file. Or you can make the adjustment to the angles manually yourself, and that still also works. So let me scroll down here. This is just explaining how you can download and install Python. And then this is the code for the final adjustment. You need to upload a code on the robot. And then you also have the code that goes onto your PC, and then you have the UI that will generate that file. So let's scroll down here, obviously showing you how you can use the Arduino IDE and how you can upload the code. Don't forget to flip the upload switch if you have the Wi-Fi board installed, the ESP8266. You have to flip the switch, upload, and then flip the switch back. So that is always going to apply when you upload code. Here is the UI, and this is when you're going to run on your PC. the UI looks like this. You make the adjustments to the legs, you apply that, you click set. That will generate the angle file. And let me go down here. Here's the success message. And what I want to show you here is, so yeah, this is just all the UI. This is the angles you want to shoot for. And you want your robot to look like this. And then you will have that angle.h file generated with the correct angles for your robot. So in case you need any to make any final adjustments. I've opened the code in folder 12, which is control GUI robot in my Arduino IDE. And what I want to show you here is this angle.h file. Here you can make a manual adjustments to the servo's angle, the starting angle of the servo basically, to dial in that starting position. So you can make it here manually, and you can copy and paste this to the other folders as well. Or you can go back to that lesson 14 and generate this file from the UI and then replace it here. Now it's time to show you how to upload the code. By the way, if you see this message asking you to update the libraries, I would suggest you skip it, just because you don't want to override the Adept modified libraries. I hope that makes sense. And here in the Arduino board, we are going to choose the connected board, and we're going to choose Arduino Uno. So make sure you choose Arduino Uno and then choose whatever uh, the COM serial port. That's depend on the USB. So yours might be different than what you see here on my screen. I'm going to click OK here. And then you can see here my angle file is all set at 90 degrees because I did set that up before the installation. If you did this properly, you do not need any additional adjustment. So that should work as is. You probably need a small adjustment, but I made sure that the 90-degree angle works for my setup. After uploading the code, here is me testing some of the functionality. This one is using the distance sensor to keep distance from an object. Also, after that, I'll show you how to drive it from the IR remote. In this demo, it's using the MPU 650 to stay steady and keep balance. Here is how you can drive it from a PC and the Wi-Fi information. Initially, I tried to make it dance. That's this video. The next dance is generated by Gemini. In the future, I think we should do a robot dance competition between Gemini and ChatGPT. Let me know what you think. I think Gemini won the dance competition hands down. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.